Lloydminster St. John's Ambulance is holding their medical first responders course for the next 2 weeks. It's open to the public and the organization is encouraging you to register. Kathy Lee has the story of one local woman who's been a volunteer for almost a decade.
And I'm going to splint it.
Joyce Baker will never forget the day she couldn't help because she didn't know first aid.
Back when I was 8 years old, my family was in a very severe accident, and having that helpless feeling of not knowing what to do. It was at the age of 10 that I actually went to St. John's and took my training. That's 41 years ago.
Well, the days of helplessness are gone, and this week Baker is updating her emergency medical responder certificate to keep her skills sharp.
If you don't know what to do, you have a big fear within you, but once you have the training and the skills and you know what to do, it takes that fear away and makes life a whole lot easier to deal with.
So one of the first things we want to do is get some guys in place, just put a little pressure on.
For the next 2 weeks, the local St. John's Ambulance is holding this course for anyone interested.
It goes into greater depth on what people can do to help out when they're faced with somebody who's hurt or injured.
Michael Brenholin has worked in rescue services for years and says he's used life-saving skills equally on and off the job.
Just simply driving home from work and coming across that wonderful 5-car pileup in the intersection and then all these bodies lying around, you want to be able to do something for them.
And what other time is better to join and learn than this year, as it's also the 100th anniversary of teaching first aid in Saskatchewan.
Being part of Saskatchewan for the last 100 years has been quite an honor and a joy for us to be serving our communities as well.
For Baker, learning these skills have been a priority in her family for generations and something she's instilled in her kids and grandkids.
They've all been trained. It's a prerequisite in our household. The grandchildren aren't quite old enough, but I'm sure they'll follow in our footsteps.
Because Baker says the knowledge is the difference between life and death.
Knowing what to do could cost somebody their life. Something very simple could save a life.
Kathy Lee, Newcap News.
The controversial CCSVI procedure has been a hot topic in MS circles over the last couple of years. Many people are pushing for it to become available in Canada, but so far, the government is taking a conservative approach. This weekend, an information session is being held in the border city featuring a man who's touring the country talking about his battle with MS. Jack Haskins brings us the details.
Ralph Davies and Amber Willis are both heavily involved in the local MS community. They played a huge part in roping Tim Donovan to come and speak at the upcoming CCSVI information session.
He seemed like a very knowledgeable person, and the more information that is out, then the more people will make up their mind if they want to go or not.
Davies is one of the many Canadians who has gone to great lengths to get the CCSVI procedure.
I've had MS for 30 years and I still function okay, but my right arm and right leg was gradually getting weaker over the years, and I didn't want it to get worse. So I decided to go, take the chances, and it's improved greatly.
The Lloydminster CCSVI support group teamed up with the MS Society to make this event happen.
We're here to support people who have MS, and so by supporting this event, we in turn are supporting the people who are dealing with this and giving them some resources for some treatment options and just letting them know that we're here to help them with things along the way.
I hope it comes sooner than later. It's been a long time, and there's been a lot of controversy as to whether there should be full research or not.
Jack Haskins, Newcap News.
That information session will take place at the Legacy Centre at 1:30 on August 21st. The SPCA and Grower Direct are once again teaming up for Friendship Flower Day tomorrow. Jennifer and Allison have more details on that, plus they introduce us to a couple of playful critters on this week's Pet Project.
Hi and welcome to this week's Pet Project. I'm at the Lloydminster and District SPCA with Jennifer, and this is Cece, right?
Yes, Cece is a 4-year-old Collie Cross. She actually came into the shelter as a stray. She was really quiet when she first came in and was very shy, but now she is not so much anymore. She loves affection, loves being around people, definitely a typical Collie tendency. She does need to be spayed and to get her rabies vaccination. She seems to do well with the dogs and the cats that we've introduced her to, but it's always best to come and bring the whole family to do a meet and greet. But if anybody's out there that's looking for an older dog, Cece might be your girl.
And this is Olive Oil, right?
Yes, Olive Oil is a huge sweetheart. She loves people so much. She is a year-old domestic short hair. She came in with a buddy, Popeye, that's already been adopted. She's still here. She's already spayed and up to date on her vaccinations, so she's ready to go. She does amazingly with dogs. We've introduced her to almost every dog here to see how the dogs react, and she just does wonderfully. She does okay with cats, but you have to give her time and introduce her to new cats properly. But she's just such a great cat. She loves to cuddle, and she'll definitely always cry for your attention.
So Jennifer, you have a busy week at the SPCA.
Yes, tomorrow actually is Growers Direct Friendship Flower Day. We're going to be at Grower Direct all day. People can come down and buy a dozen roses for $15. The idea is to keep one rose for yourself and give the other 11 away, just as a way to spread the love and kindness in Lloydminster. All proceeds are going straight to the SPCA, so it's a great day to spread a little friendship and to support a great cause. We'll be at Grower Direct tomorrow from 8 until 5.
Perfect, and thanks for joining us on this week's Pet Project.
The Pet Project is sponsored by Quick Pick Waste Disposal. Locally owned and operated and serving urban, rural, and industrial customers in Lloydminster and region.